All right, so has everybody gotten the first part? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and complete the first part because we've had time to work on it. So, all right, so by now most of you have probably figured out what the day is. It's going to be date 3 through 5, right? That will catch these two characters. So we'll catch these two guys, right? So we'll go 3 up to, but not including 5, right? Now the reason why we use this notation, as I mentioned to you guys, is because with this notation, what you can do is you can take the end and subtract the beginning from it. So we can say 5 minus 3, and that will give you the number of characters that we just sliced out. So 0 minus 2, I sliced out 2 characters. 5 minus 3, I sliced out 2 characters. Right? So it's a pretty nice notation like that. It makes sense. All right? So year. There's actually quite a number of ways to do this one. Date is equal to, so one way, the first way, which is what we were guiding you toward, was to do 6 through 10, and that required you to take a bit of a leap of faith there, right? There is no 10 there, but I wanted to get 6 through 9, right? So I needed to put 10, right? So that's the first way to do it. The second way is that if you looked at the PDF that I have posted, that if you look at this example, it says 3 through, and then if you just don't put a range there, it will go up to and include the last character, if you don't put a range there. So the alternate way to do that is just simply do 6 colon. Don't worry, we're going to go over this multiple times throughout the semester. This is simply your first exposure. You will be exposed to this as though it's the first time multiple times because it's a really important concept, and what you learn here applies a lot all throughout the semester. And then finally, the last way, I'm not sure if this would work, so if somebody would test this out, but maybe try that one. 3 through negative, yeah? It doesn't work. Okay. 6 through negative 1 doesn't work. Apparently. Too bad. So 6 through there, that will work. So that gets us our years. Now, of course, when we want to work with these, we'll want to turn them into ints for the next part. So I'm just going to surround them with int over here. So let's go ahead and all do that so we can all get to the same place over here. So that we can turn these into this. Now there's a lot of different ways to solve this problem, but the easiest way to start solving this problem is first, let's just go ahead and check what the date is, right? So let's go ahead and check to see if our date is valid or not, okay? So the valid range for a date is what? It's 0, it's got to be in the range of 0 through 12, okay? So let's go ahead and see if it's out of range. So I'm going to write an if statement to check if it's out of range. For month. Right, for month. So if month is less than, and you can name these variables whatever, by the way. I'm going to go ahead and, it was easier for me to name, while we were doing this and to set it up, it was easier to do this mnemonically like that, but I like to I'm going to go ahead and rename these day and year. Now, especially since I've stored them as ints. Okay? And that's just my preference. So if month is less than 0, right, that's incorrect, right? There is no month that's like that. Or if month is greater than 12, that's out of range. So print bad month. Now this isn't the only way to do this. There's other ways we can do this. Otherwise, we can continue. Yes. Excellent. Less than or equal to 0. Always helps when you've got 100 eyes reading. All right. So otherwise, if it's not a bad month, we'll go ahead and work on the program. But I'm actually going to go ahead and cheat a bit and actually assume it's a good month, and we're going to go ahead and look at other months. So look at the months. So there's 3 different scenarios for the months, right? So, well, 4. It's a bad month, right? That's one of the scenarios. Another scenario is that it's a month with 30 days. Another scenario is a month with 31 days. And another scenario is that it's February. All right? So let's go ahead and program this out so that we do those 3 scenarios. So I'll start with the first one, and then you can fill in the other 2. So if month, so if it's April, June, so if it's September, April, June, or November, we have, it's a month with 30 days. So let's group those together. So if month, and I always got to show you the first one because otherwise you might try it a bit weird. So if month is equal to, what's September again? 9. Or month equal to April, that's 4. Or month is equal to June. June is 6, right? Or month is equal to September. Wait, we've done September. November. Or month is equal to 11, right? If it's one of those, I'm just going to put a print lines over here so we can test it, right? Because if you write an if statement, you have to have something beneath it. Print 30-day month. All right. So now over here, I need you to write an if statement over here that will have a that'll be a 31-day month. That will check if it's a 31-day month. And then I want you to write an if statement over here that will check if it's February. Okay? So go ahead and fill out those last 2 if statements. So that's our next part of this. All right, we're just going to work on this progressively. All right, so you can go ahead and ask me for help in constructing those if statements, but it shouldn't be too bad. Man, I'm so glad I have gigabytes of space on this thing. All right, do people still need more time on this part? Okay. All right. So do people still need time on this part specifically? Filling out. I don't care about the body, about checking for the date. I'm just saying let's go ahead and, I can go ahead and write this in front of us so that we can work. All right. So if month. So for this category, let's go ahead and put down month down here in February. If month equals 2, right, it's February. So that's fairly straightforward. If month so if it's anything that we haven't listed yet, so 1 or month equals, so 2's taken, so 3, or month equal 3, 4, 5's not taken yet. I'm going to go ahead and be lazy and start copy pasting. Let's go ahead and grab the space for next time. So if it's 5 or 6 or 7 or 8's not taken yet, and then 9, October and December are the only ones left. So, or 10 or 12, right? Those are the months that are 31 days month. January, March, April. What am I missing? May, July, August, October, and December. Those are your months. Yes?
Do you have to make the single-digit months double-digit?
No, you do not, because while they might have been double-digit over here, Python will have automatically said, oh, 0, 1, that's 1, right? So good thought on that one. If you do it like that, it would have automatically just translated it to 0, 1 or 0, 2. No problem. All right. So now let's go ahead and check for, basically if this is a valid month in a 30-day month. So let's go down here and say, so in this month, how do we know it's a valid month. We know it's a valid year because it's not a leap year, so any year is valid, right? So the only thing that's left for in these 30-day months is to check, is it a correct day? So let's go ahead and do that. If day is less than 0 or day is greater than, well, it's a 30-day month, so if it's greater than 30, print invalid day. Else, print valid date, right? Because we've checked it. We don't need to check the year because yes.
Less than or equal to? For day?
Yes. Less than or equal to for the day.
Could you also just put less than 1?
I could just put less than 1. Thank you. See, I made the same mistake again. All right. So we've got if day is less than 1 or day is greater than 30, then it's an invalid day for that date. Otherwise, the entire date is valid. All right. So go ahead and fill out. Basically the remaining the clause over here for this clause, and then check for February for if day is right. They're making sure that basically it's a valid date in February. However, for February, for right now, leave the entire leap year question blank. Okay, just don't try to attempt the leap year yet unless you really want to. But that'll be the next step after this one. So try to do everything but checking to see if the 29th of February is a valid date. Right? We'll go ahead and check that next. Let's see. We have 30 minutes left. That's plenty of time. All right. One second. I'll bring this back up.